Welcome, guys. It's Josh here. You guys ready for DGG v Encore? I know I got straight into the game today. I had to skip a bit of a test segment because of the, we had a few tech issues, which was a bit unfortunate for Wix and I. So it'll be just me in the game. Wix will just ease in once these tech issues are all fixed up. Now we've got DGG on the CT side, as Encore has indeed picked the map. We've got pistols coming in right about now. Zeph just looking towards Monster. Does a bit of damage. Can he do a bit more though? The duelies with Mizzy does take the new Steelo at Monster. Can he do a bit more? And they've actually got through here Encore despite losing 2 players. Steph going down, Mizzy just dropping back with the duelies. Now, bombs dropped out in the open. APOC looking around for it. One spot, so he hit the second up, traded out by Mizzy. Maybe the first round of board for DGG as they hold on to Monster. I've got to say, I'm actually a bit surprised they're able to hold on to Monster, even though Encore able to push their way through. Like, you know, when Encore would be able to push their way through like that, I was like, oh, maybe they're going to get in by Monster. Because, you know, once you get through the Monster part of the B bomb site, even with a man disadvantage, you can realistically take over the site. You can realistically take down the site there. And, you know, they almost did it there. They almost were able to get it in. Oh, get in. Now, APOC died. So, they basically, DGG have subbed in APOC died instead of Versa, if you guys do not know. And also got a bit of an update on the new IGL as well, with APOC being the IGL. Ready to go, basically. Has the one being into APOC died connector. Will inherit the MP9. And Zeph. Looking for any wild hazards around. Zeph spotted APOC. APOC takes a bit of damage. Usilo. What's the player on the site being? Zeph. Zeph takes a bit of damage as well. He's got actually a lot of players surrounding him. Also Encore as well. With the sub being Usilo. Now, he doesn't even see anything. The one that holding it Optimus. He's taken out by Savage as well. This force fire is looking very, very good for Encore. They should be able to pick up a few weapons. So I was going to force by the scout. Now Gump with the MP9 and Mizzy with the M4. Now Gump's going to check all of restaurants. They could be anywhere. All the players are tagged up. Mizzy at the back of site just waiting for Gump's okay to go in. Very important round not to lose here. Molotov being thrown to the Optus area by Gump. Savage has to move. And he's moving further and further back. But I think they're going to call this one as Mizzy goes down the back of site to APOC. And they've just won a big round on Core here. Won a huge round. Get 2 M4s in the exchange. Oh no, 1 M4 actually. I don't think they've gone for the second M4 because I think, okay, they got 2 for Masters instead. Gump lurking around B. The bottom one takes down Savage. That's extra $600 in the pocket. Traded out by APOC. Can be a first round for Encore with the big force by victory. Now, I've got to say, great entry by Savage and Hazza being able to get kills for absolutely no exchange as well. Those Eagles can be very dangerous. And that's the scary part, you know, those Deagles can be incredibly dangerous, okay? And you gotta be watching out for those. It takes 2-1 Deags, and then bam, you're onto a side here. And I gotta say, DGG probably won't be too happy with that. They won the pistols quite cleanly, and then, well, they just fell apart seemingly after that APOC done with the scout. Does he take the head off? No, he doesn't take the head off. Bit unlucky there. There's a pop shot there. Even if he gets a tag, it's huge now. APOC done on the scout. He's a leg, but Hazard the one tap. He does tag Savage. That even makes it more. I thought it was Hazard the first one. I think it was actually Savage, but Hazard was the rear guard. On the opposite end of the map to just get in that A site control. Mizzy in the restroom's only one left. Oh, that Molotov doesn't land. Now Hazard, he's looking for another entry. Can he find anyone looking towards Optimus? Spots takes down your Wombat. And Mizzy with the trade from restrooms, but he's going to be surrounded. He's going to check multiple angles, and APOC spotted him in restrooms as well. Mizzy can't line up the one tap. Gump at APC. Just waiting on an off angle. He's hoping for them to plant reverse default, because this will allow him to get the plant working. Taking it. Oh, you still are. The lobster coming in from behind. That's got to sting you. Gonna say that's gonna sting there. I see what DG were trying to do. They're trying to, you know, basically just suss them out. Just be like, hey, you can plant here at A. It's completely safe. You know, no one's here going to stop your plant. Kind of, you know, basically a hit and hope, really. Okay. Now, full eco here for DGG as Encore can put a third round on the board unless they, you know, lose to full USPs, which is... can happen. Can happen. Not ideal, but it does happen. I've seen the team lose to full Glocks. And before someone's like, oh, you're just amping it up. You're just amping it up, mate. They're not going to lose to full Glocks. They're not going to use the full Glocks. You never know. You never know. Full A stack, by the way, at A long. And Encore decided to go to B site. This is a very comedic situation. It really often ends up like this, okay? In AUCS. Or not in AUCS in general, any CS. I've actually seen it in the pistol round where in EU, they all stacked the A site. And everyone else went B. You know what the funny bit was in the end? The funny bit is that the team that went all after, you know, retake on the B site won. And this is a typical anti-ecos. APOC and Savage are just completely... Oh, and Savage at the end takes on Mizzy with the molly. Completely blissed everything. Gonna say here now for the gun rounds. I'm gonna say very, very important rounds here. For the lovely fellas at DGG as they've got the gun round coming up. HG grenades being thrown in. Hazard just when he get lowers. Flashbangs and stuff being thrown in as well. Gump. They've got an opener here. 1-for-1 Trace. It only goes down. Gump takes down Savage as well. They've actually played very, very aggressive. They got the bomb at Fountain. And, well, APOC trades back, but it's just always just a one-man advantage here for DGG. But Hazard, he snaps it back. Now it's a 2v2. However, Hazard's walking wounded. The RGL APOC with the bomb going forward. Your Wombat rotating. Also the RGL for DGG. Actually, they're being thrown in. Hazard trying to do some damage to your potential retake. He's seeing your Wombat through the one-way smoke. And now it's just up to Mizzy in a 1v2. He's heard the steps. Mizzy uses that one-way smoke, but Hazard's just going to use it once again and takes a Ferrari peek in there and just deletes Mizzy. And be a 4th round board and an Encore win a very, very important T-side round on Overpass.
And what a round.
Yeah,
what
just...
a round out of Hazard.
Using that one-way...
What a time... What'd you say, sorry?
Using that one-way smoke again.
Yeah, it was as if it was intentional.
Mm-hmm. Now full USPs once again. Bit unfortunate. But however, like I say, missing the HE grenade. Jeez, the 657s are doing a bit of damage here, actually. But Encore, we'll farm that half by. We get 5 rounds on the board.
Hot start for Encore. A great start to your T side of Overpass, of course. Overpass being that side which is considered the unfavourable side. Encore don't seem to have any issues right now, and DGG, well, they need to step things up. Obviously, it not being their map pick, so it's not, you know, the end of the world, but still, it's not a great start to what is always going to be a difficult best of 3 anyway.
Yeah, you know, CT side's turning the stronger side, and if you can win your opponent's map pick, it makes your map pick slightly a bit easier. Now, firing through the smoke. Now, a little bit of, you know... Oh, okay, I was going to say, it's like a little bit of stalling in the air. No one making any big movements yet. But as you can see on the kill feed, Kaza, he's done a bit of a thing. He's done a bit of a charge. Now, they're charging up A site. Flashbang's been thrown in as well, but they're all at B. This is a bit unfortunate. Ustilo takes down Gump. Now, Mizzy takes down Ustilo. Quick trade. 1-for-1 trade, but they're into the bomb site already onto A site, and they've got everything ready for post plants. Like I say, at this point, well, not really much they can do here to DGG. They've got an AK, and they've got the kit on Wombat, but I don't think they're going to really go for it. I mean, it's a 2v4.
Yeah, they just can't go for it. The economy's so bad for DGG as well right now. It's props to Encore because just consistently finding all the kills on onto the CT side, it's just made DGG just unable to build any sort of economy whatsoever.
Yep.
That's not even a guarantee that they survive this round. Being hunted down, just saves the M4 by the skin on his teeth. Oh boy.
I was gonna say, I feel like he was prepared for it there. Just definitely prepared for it. I'm gonna say DGG definitely need to call this timeout. Because just Encore just been finding their way in sights. Earlier they on pistols, Encore got into the B bomb site in a 3v4, even though DGG barely held it. It could have been really, really bad if they got in there and got the bomb planted. It's a fortunate one tap where the bomb got caught out in the open that helped DGG quite a bit in reestablishing the B site control because Encore couldn't really pick it up. But after that, after the pistol round, DGG lose that force buy against these Deags and stuff like that, and basically it's off to the races ever since with Encore. There, they recovered two FAMASas, an MP9 and an M4 wicks in that force buy round. And after since that, it's just been bang. I think they just need a call timeout here just to calm it down, get the gun round out. You got your full buy, like absolute full buy.
Yeah, definitely, and of course, it's not been, the start that they would have wanted, but it's not about how you start games, it's about how you finish, and if DGG can find something from somewhere towards the latter stages of this half, then they'll be okay, They're obviously never going to be favourites for the Overpass anyway, they're certainly not going to be favourites at this stage, but just to give themselves a bit of confidence, pick up a few rounds here and there, to give them, a bit of a cushion for the second half to play with, but we'll see how we go. And they're certainly making the right decisions, right? You've got to call a tactical timeout if it's not going your way, as Hazza finds Mizzy. Mizzy having a tough time over on the B side. Gump's going to trade APOC out. Sterling with the AWP. Ustilo with his AK. And I'll tell you what, how's that for a flick from Zeph? He's lost alive. 50 seconds left. He's not going to have much to do. And Ustilo, oh my word, Zeph's reactions are out of this world.
He's got the right side as well. The thing is, he can go for the wall bang, but he's got to be so precise in this. If he does go for it. He's taking out two players. Could he go for a 1v4? That's the main question. It's just really hard to, really shoot through on that wall bang on default because you got to be 100% sure that they're there. Otherwise, you're just shooting into the wind effectively. I got to say, I think Encore might be a bit relieved that Zeph didn't really go for it in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, because he certainly wasn't missing. The last, 3 shots he hit in the round, he hit all of them and only managed to get 2 kills, which is a little bit unfortunate in a way. But yeah, Encore, find a 7th. DGG still waiting to pick up one of these rounds. I think if you want to look at the bright side of this, at least this isn't their map pick, right? You're on the best side on your map, and it's going like this badly. Obviously, that isn't the case, so you just got to look at the positives in this sort of situation. As Zeph is still feeling himself with this AWP, the big green. Has yet to find anything. Savage, though, he's opening up for his side of things. Hazza getting a little bit too aggressive. APOC done. He's good enough for the one.
Gump, so unfortunate that I was going to say it was APOC who peeked into that. I was surprised that Gump was the loser in that exchange. I'm going to say APOC done on APOC action, the APOC v APOC duel. As APOC done subbing in for Verza. Gonna mention that again. Mizzy's on the B bomb site by himself, and he's gonna realize all the crash and the glass smashing that he's on the wrong side. But Sterling, geez, that's a pixel angle, by the way. Probably only 2 to 3 pixels wide. Nails Mizzy at short on B. And this is looking like a stomp at the moment, Wicks. DGG just can't find any answers.
Yeah, I think that is literally As simple as it is. Honestly, we're paid to cast this game and give in-depth analysis for the fans at home and stuff, but that is literally it. Like, yeah, Encore are just walking all over DGG right now, and DGG don't have any sort of reply for for Encore. All the questions that they're asking. So
What was I going to
yeah,
say?
DGG.
APOC
Go
performing
ahead.
very well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's just the talent that this Encore side has. You know, it goes without saying. It's definitely better than the DGG on an individual basis, and of course on a team basis as well. You know, Encore, the opportunities that they've had in offline events over the last year or so is certainly second to none. If you want to weigh up that as well, so
Mm-hmm.
good start for DGG.
So you still
As it ends up being a 1-1. But Eustilo's just on a tear, Josh.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't even need to see anymore. I swear you could just turn your Steelers monitor off and you still get that 2K at this stage, even though he was flashed the entirety of the time. Do not do that, you still okay? You still keep the monitor on.
Yeah, don't try. I know you ate one up.
Yeah.
Gave it.
But don't try it. But either way, Encore have got the A bomb site, and Yawanda and Gump both got AKs. None of them have a kit. Gump's trying to play for exits. I think he's stalking the player at party. Does tag up APOC. APOC's in a bit of a pickle. Because he's got to get out of party, and he knows he's going to be sprayed out by Gump, and Gump's just waiting for it. And he can also, Gump can quickly flick over to the fountain exit, and it will secure that kill, because he knows he's tagged APOC at least.
At the same time, I don't think Gump can sit here for too long, which is why he's backing off a bit, because every second that goes by that APOC's just stalling is potentially, you know, APOC's teammate coming out to help him, and Savage was on his way, but Gump finds the kill in good time, and he's going to get the save. So 2 AK-47 save for the DGG side. Money is absolutely fine for them coming into round 11, but the scoreline certainly isn't looking too good for them. Still yet to pick up another round apart from the one. Encore, well, it's all one-way traffic right now heading in their direction.
I like the slide. I like the slide. There's been some pretty cool boosts on the slide as well. I'm wondering, talking about boost and overpass, I wonder if Encore can do the 5-man stack to really just shove the dagger into DGG. Because they could probably break their mental game with a tactic like that, the 5-man stack at T-Spawn. But yeah, at the moment, like Encore showing that they're just, I don't know, they must have cracked a hell of a lot since they came back from the European campaign, which mostly was losses, of course. But they've, you know, definitely improved immensely of the grenade play, the team play, and stuff like that, despite the losses. And I just got to say, it's just mainly because European CSGO has extended so much, basically. It's like so much since then. Like, it hasn't, you know, it's the skill level of the European CSGO has gone up so much. And, you know, you've noticed with Encore now at the moment where they're just basically destroying DGG, and DGG, you know, they're not any slouches. They're like not any slouches at all. They are, you know, a pretty top team themselves. They finished 4th in ANZ champs. You see, taking down Hazard and stealing an APOC dot as well. Sorry, Wix, what was that?
Yeah, it's just tough for the AU guys, to be honest, because realistically, your region isn't that large anyway, so it's tough to consistently get scrims unless you're gonna, you know, travel to the EU. And for these Encore guys, you know, they've been without an org for a fair while now. It's just, you know, you're just not gonna be financially able to consistently do that. So yeah, they certainly haven't had it easy. But to be honest, Josh, from my perspective, they've done really well to, you know, achieve what they have achieved so far this season. Yes, I mean, people are going to sit there and say, "Oh, the AU seems, you know, not won anything at LAN or anything like that." But if you actually weigh up the reasons why and actually look at what these teams have achieved, you know, even like the Renegades or Order as they are now, yeah, I just think it's tough, and they've done a lot with what they've really had given to them, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, of course. But either way, like I said, DGG have got himself in a good scenario here, but Sterling's actually seen the elbow at back of sight of Mizzy. He's just checking Optimus, he's just checking where they are, and they're going to go for a B execute, but Yawanda is in a prime position, so is Gump as well. They're going to do a surprise execute to B. Savage checking the side, one taps Mizzy. And that was a beautiful one tap. Now Savage is going to go for the plant. There's no AWP here, but Yawanda might be able to... Oh, APOC! Crucial one tap. Gump trades back. Now Gump, he knows one player's on the side, just looking for it's just Savage actually up again. Let's go for the retake now. Sterling coming from behind. This is cruel.
They've planted for him?
I think they have it because it's planted a default. But Gump's not there yet, but I think Gump's going to go for it. And he's just going to try and make Sterling guess where Gump is. And Sterling's actually going to have to... Oh, finds the arm, but it's not enough to bang. A second round for DGG.
So they kind of didn't plant default, but they also didn't plant for him. They didn't stretch it enough, and it was obviously because of the pressure that DGG were applying on the back of the site, which made it very, very risky to, you know, plant any wider. But, you know, Sterling did get the information of, obviously you can see the wires, just unfortunate that he gets the wall bang and can't get the kill, but DGG catch a break. 2 rounds for them now. Encore still on 9.
Yep, I gotta say,
9 on T side is very, very good, right?
Yep, very important round from Gump there. Like, Gump was an integral part of that retake, being able to put the pressure on the players and not give them a good post plant. And DGG are now denying Encore again. Now, is this too little too late at this stage? You know, I'm going to say that now because, you know, Encore got 9 rounds on the T side. Not too much stress as Zeph once again. Like, you just can't see him. Like, you literally can't see him from the POV of the players who've been taken out there. This is like, you know, an aspect of a good AWPer. Is when an AWPer is able to nail those pixel shot angles and the players don't even see him. Like, don't
yeah,
even
it is
see
a
him.
good. It's a good question. Is it too little, too late? I mean, well, as soon as Encore get onto like 7, 8 rounds on T side overpass, anyway, it's going to be an uphill battle, and that's putting it lightly. As Savage does get the 1-for-1, he's going to get the plant as well, so that's going to help out the Encore money. But not like it needs any help right now, anyway. And Savage's aim certainly doesn't. But your Wombat manages to win the exchange. DGG will get their first consecutive round win on the board as they go on to 3. And, you know, if they do get out of this first half with 6 rounds, which is what they can potentially win, they're certainly going to be going on to T side with that confidence. And if they can win the pistol, well, they're back in the game.
Yeah, I gotta say as well, like, you know, great shooting there, Savage. Like, I was like, gonna joke, you know, Savage gonna pull out a 1v4 with no utility. But I gotta say with your Wombat as well, you know, your Wombat, one of his infamous, or not, is it famous? So famous things on ANZ Champs, part of ESL. He did a Dark Soul roll. It looks like a Dark Soul fat roll. That's what it's called. Like, basically when you have a heavy armor on or 2 heavy armor on his bed.
Yeah.
And he just rolled past Savage's bullet set, because Savage just one-taps Mizzy, and it was just brutal. Oh, I love the double HE grenades on the boost position, and, well, your Wombat's gonna, you know, feel the pain. He's just like, Encore just like, hey, this is for ruining our round. And you still like rewards Mizzy, checking out short a bit too much. The Lobster himself, he enjoys that little position outside connector. I call it Grim, because Grim usually hunts that position as well from Liquid. APOC Dud, he forces Hazard back, but Gump at Toxic's taking a lot of damage from the Molotov. Now, I've got to say, you know, Encore, they may have speculated there are definitely 2 players here. This is why they're probably switching to A, because they've heard an HE. They knew the HE player's not from Monster. So they're going for the boost onto B side to see if anyone's rotated across. Did they check water? They heard some noises, so they know someone's lurking there. So APOC Dud hasn't rotated yet. Zeph's rotated instead from Heaven. Now Encore. It's got an interesting, you know, decision here to go to A or go to B. Zeph holding restrooms. I'm going to say the hallmark of a really good AWPer as well is holding A by yourself.
Yeah, it's really tough, you know, and especially when you're playing as aggressive as Seth is right now. And usually if you're solo on A, you tend to just jump spot behind Dice and play it safe. But, you know, this is confidence. This is what it looks like. He's winning to play aggressive. He understands he's got to hit his shot. But unfortunately, this rotation from APOC Dud has come at the worst time possible. Gump having to play contact, having to hide and gabble. They don't check him, but he's only good enough for 1. Encore are not punished for not checking their barrels, and now Zeph, he was in a 1v4 before, got 2 kills. He's now in a 1v2. If he could do the same, he's certainly going to be able to get the defuse.
Now will Zeph go for the 1v2? That picks up the rifle, smart move. I gotta say that as well. Always, you know, gotta be good with the rifle. Now he's got the kit as well. Flashbang goes in. Sterling goes to the front shot. Zeph tries to push forward, and Savage takes him out at Toxic. And a bit anticlimactic, but it's always fun for these 1vx scenarios. And Encore get double digits, and they've been smashing it out. But DGG, I gotta say, DGG are a lot younger team. Minus APOC Dud, okay? Minus APOC Dud. But they're a lot younger team than Encore. And I gotta say, they've been surprising quite a bit. Basically coming fourth in ANZ champs. They've been beating some pretty decent teams, putting up some good fights as well against the previous order roster, not the current order roster. But, I reckon DGG, like, despite this start, this is what happens with younger teams. It's like, this inconsistency. Like, there's no consistency yet. Oh, triple boost. Beautiful by APOC Dud. Takes down your Stillo. But that's the sort of thing that I unfortunately get with these teams. With the younger teams. That the inconsistency where the older, more veteran teams, being around the blocks, being the EU and stuff like that, they will be consistent. Like, they will put in the same-ish or better performances in and out. And with DGG, it's just, at the moment, it's just one of its inconsistent parts where it's not going right at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you weigh up, the experience from both sides, how many times have you been playing through this as a 5, I think Encore are head, shoulders, knees and toes above DGG, but right now it's definitely USP making stuff happen. Savage is going to quickly trade out from Toilets as teammates get themselves out long towards AA. Puck can't get the A4 spray to connect. Maybe debating about his A1S. As Savage is continuing to live up to the name, using the CT smoke again as he finds his 3rd of the round. And now he's not done there. He's looking for the 4. It looks like Encore will most certainly be getting themselves onto 11. And your Wombat, well, he can't go for this. He's not going to have a proper buy next round if he does drop. And of course, that AK is very pretty in your hands if you're on the CT side as well.
I gotta say, like, Encore just seem to be prepared. Like, they're just one step ahead of DGG. You see there with Savage. He takes out the player being boosted up at back of sight and immediately aims to the players boosting him. He gets a double kill there. Like, Encore just... the theory of, like, second order? Which is basically like what do you call it? I'm in a brain fog about, the consequences of your action after your first action, like another consequences. Yeah. So that's what's happening here with Encore, is that they're thinking about it. They're going, we take the guy and boost, there will be a guy below him, so I'll spray down right away. And that's what Savage was doing there, and that was really, really important, because he takes out 2 players, your Wombat doesn't have much of a chance, has no player to really work off on trying to even go for the retake, because they need rounds on the board, they need to roll the dice.
Yeah, for sure. They do need to have a few gambles here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And well, there's one from APOC Dud, and it doesn't pay off. Sterling,
yeah,
with his number and the AWP on Sterling, I've got to say, over the last year, has arguably been just impressive as the last. I think he's certainly looking like a great talent coming out of the AU scene. I think he has been looking that way for a very long time. And, yes, he's got 10 kills this time round. Usually we see him at the top. Just props over to APOC because this guy's fragging away today.
We got the CT side, though, because you got to remember at the same time, oh, geez, APOC just deleted Zeph there. You got to remember at the same time, CT side is where the AWP really shines, because that's going to come to him. Your Wombat, IGL to IGL. Takes down APOC. I'm going to say APOC's been playing very, very well as, in-game leader as well. But also going to say, both AWPers, Zeph and Sterling, they've been playing very well. Like, they've been seeing some sick flicks, some sick pixel shots. It's been absolutely beautiful. I just feel like it's going to be like the battle of the AWPers at the moment. The rifles are just going to catch each other off guard a bit here and there. As, Savage catches Mizzy. Doesn't really see it.
Oh my word. Stillo. Just running, gunning, and mowing down DGG right now. And
I'm eating my words. I'm eating my words. Yeah. I say, the riflers are getting one up on each other, and there's just 3 straight Encore kills.
Well, this is just a disaster for DGG. They were 3 versus 2. They had all the pressure applied on short, but the problem was they left Mizzy solo. But he was in a really aggressive position, couldn't really reposition without risking his life. And he got caught as you Stiddo. Yep, he wins the 1v1. It's a 12-3 half for the boys from the Encore Esports Club. We are going to throw you to a quick commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere as we get ready for the second half of map number 1.
I can feel your touch.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to what's going to be, oh, it should be a one-sided second half. Encore coming into it on their map pick with 12 rounds after a solid T side. DGG have it all to do, but best of 3 format, even if you lose the first map, you've still got a chance to win the series, and that's how they need to be thinking right now, as Sterling's opened it up with a one tap from the USP. It's a 2-for-1 in favour for Encore, as Haz has found one of his own as well. Apoc, the top fragger in the server, he has dropped, so Encore are going to have to do something without him. But the talent on this roster, Josh, I don't think they're going to be too concerned right now.
No, they've got that one-man advantage, and the USP is just a one-tap headshot away. And that's pretty much it. But all these players have been walking over as well. Savage goes down a tree, and they might be able to get through A-Long here. They've at least spotted 2 players through A-Long, which would be, you know, a good start for them.
Oh, the flank.
The flank, yeah. Stilo's being very careful with it, because the reason why is I think they heard him. That's why Mizzy turned around. So Stilo's just going to go for a tactical retreat there. He's been basically caught there.
Well, the fact that Justilo's been seen has really delayed DGG in itself, because they're thinking right now, well, surely he didn't see me, right? He's ran for the hills. He's ran straight back to the B site. Sensible play, because if Justilo drops and gives them the kill, then B site's completely open, and then they're split, you know, 3 versus 2, and 1 on each site. So Justilo just going to back up and play behind barrels, and we've seen this not too long ago from the DGG side. What can Justilo do with it here as the taps do go down? They connect, but not on the head. But when I say that, they finally connect. Apoc Dud's going to quickly trade out. Hazard and Sterling on the fast and swift rotations get Encore Esports Club onto 13. That important pistol in the second half is won by the favourites. And they look like they can run away and make this potentially a 16-3 contest.
Yeah, I've got to say here, once again, Justilo just delaying them as much as he could. That's just a huge part. That's all he has to do. Delay them for at least 5 or 10 seconds. Let your rotators come in, and they do the rest. And that's exactly what happened. That Hazard and Sterling just basically did the rest. Now it's going to be a force by the Tech9 rush to B. Apoc's going to get a lot of kills here, because these Tech9 aren't going to let up. And Apoc Dud's got 1. And Apoc got 1 as well, but quick rotate Justilo with the MP9, and those have to be strong. Has took down Mizzy as well. Zeph just the only one left with the Tech 9. Justilo, the Lobster, gets a quick free K of the MP9, which is huge, and they did recover the FAMAS as well. Hazard recovered it, making it 14 for Encore, and DGG's Tech 9 rush into B, well, forces to the flames, and this is how the Overpass has been going at the moment as well, just in flames.
Yeah, for sure. And well, DGG now, after the force buy and the round loss, of course, they're in a lot of trouble, and it should see Encore on 15. I think if you're DGG at this point, you just got to go for it. Tech 9s, go for it again, because what's the actual chances, the probability of you winning 12 in a row after you give Encore 15? As Sterling, no AWP, no problem, he says. He will find Gump already. DGG with the man disadvantage. Justilo, how's he got hit? As he finds one player.
It's going to be a huge issue here with, Justilo getting that monster control now. DGG have got really nowhere to go. Just walking like lambs in the slaughter, pretty much. That's what I'm going to say.
Apoc, well, it's just all one-way traffic, Josh. He seals the deal 15. DGG, they are going to have a fall by, yes, but it needs to be 12 round wins in a row. And it's hard to see them winning 12 rounds in a row right now on the worst side, and the fact that they've only managed to pick up 3 out of 18 times of asking.
I'm just going to say here, it's just DGG, like, they won the pistol round. That was a good start. But everything after that, just been Encore, just been that sharp, or just been that far ahead. They just feel like they just know DGG better than DGG know themselves, basically.
On the worst side, and the fact that they've only managed to pick up 3 out of 18 times of asking.
I'm just going to say here, it's just DGG, like, they won the pistol round. That was a good start. But everything after that just been Encore, just been that sharp, or they've just been that far ahead. They just feel like they just know DGG better than DGG know themselves, basically. And they're just showing the experience there. You know, basically always thinking about, always acting and thinking about the second, where the second player is going to be from. They're always that confident they'll get the first kill. Where is that trade going to come from? Who's it going to be and stuff like that. And DGG are just looking lost, like looking absolutely lost. That it's just that frustration they can seep in when the other team is just very, very good, and they're just counting you before you can even really react to it. And they try a pop flash in the B and then just deleted by Steelo and Savage. And unless Gump and Apoc Dud can do something here, it's going to be 1-0 to Encore.
I think honestly for DGG at this point, it's not the end of the world if you lose this round. Just get out of the server as fast as possible. Get yourselves onto Vertigo, because they are going to be feeling much more confident on Vertigo, as Steelo gets us 1 kill away from potentially moving on to the next map, as Apoc's going to seal it. It's 16-3 for Encore, a hot start to their qualifiers. And oh boy, DGG, they need to come out of the gates for map number 2. We're going to throw you to a quick commercial break before we talk you over this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes' time.